Welcome back to Neek's Short Horrors. Today's story is The Tide Brings Them. Mark had been looking forward to this trip for months. A peaceful week at the family's secluded beach house. Just him and his 10-year-old twins, Ethan and Lily. No work, no stress, just sun, sand, and the soothing crash of waves. The first 2 days were perfect. The kids played in the surf, built sandcastles and roasted marshmallows over a bonfire. At night, Mark sat on the porch, listening to the distant roar of the ocean while his children slept inside. Then, on the third night, he saw them, figures rising from the water. At first, Mark thought they were swimmers, but as they emerged from the waves, his stomach clenched. They were wrong. Too tall. Their limbs too long and thin, their movements jerky, unnatural. The moonlight cast their bodies in a pale glow, revealing slick grey skin stretched tight over sharp bones. They didn't speak. They didn't make a sound. They only watched. Mark slowly stepped back inside, locking the doors and drawing the curtains. He barely slept. By morning, the beach was empty. No footprints. No sign that anything had been there at all. Maybe he had imagined it. But that night, they came again. Ethan woke first. Mark found his son standing at the window, staring out at the shore. "Daddy," Ethan whispered. "They're getting closer." Mark's blood ran cold. The creatures had moved past the tide, their wet skeletal bodies now half buried in the sand, faces turned toward the house. Their mouths gaped open, not in hunger, but in something worse, expectation. He yanked Ethan away from the window. Lily was already awake, standing in the hallway. "They're calling to us," she said, voice eerily calm. "Can't you hear them?" Mark couldn't, but the children could. By the fifth night, the creatures were at the edge of the porch. By the sixth, Mark woke to find the front door wide open. Lily was gone. He sprinted to the shore, calling her name. The creatures stood in the shallows, their hollow eyes locked onto him. And in the water, holding one of their hands, was Lily. She turned to him and smiled. "Daddy," she said, her voice distant, dreamy. "It's okay. They just want us to come home." Mark ran forward, but the tide surged, dragging her into the depths. The last thing he saw was her small hand slipping beneath the surface. Then she was gone. The next morning, the beach was empty again. No footprints, no signs of struggle. Just the waves lapping at the shore, whispering her name. Thank you for listening. Please leave a like and also subscribe and/or follow for more stories. New stories released every Friday. Until next time, stay spooky.